And we're now ready for 174. Talk about a match everybody's been waiting for. This is edition number 5. They've met 4 times. Evan had his way 3 of those times, but Kokesh winning the last time at the NCAA's 3-2. Kokesh came all the way back to 3rd place. Jim, I love to talk to you about 3rd place in the NCAAs. You were an NCAA champion. You had a disappointment your senior year, but I thought your greatest moments were coming back and getting 3rd. I love wrestlers that get 3rd. Kokesh came back in this class and got 3rd. That's a big deal.
Well, it certainly can. It's all you're left with when you get beat. You know, is the 3rd place.
That's yeah, and it's the championship you have left to win.
Yeah, so it's you know, when I was coaching, I used to tell guys that, oh, beautiful drag attempt there, come back to a near-arm far leg. So Kokesh wasn't able to quite get that. And Mike Evans has had a challenge right now to be able to go ahead and find the offense on the feet that he's been lacking in some of these bigger matches. And, you know, I think Tom Brands was spot on in being able to go ahead and create that type of activity. In his interview with Shane, good interview, good comments by Coach Brands, but this is one of these situations that he's talking about here. What can we do to go ahead and create that offense and actually put the points on the board? But getting back to 3rd place, you know, your goal is to be a national champion, and you don't get there. Well, you know, when I was coaching, I told guys that, you know what, we're here for 3 days. You know, and that's you know, if you don't win in the semifinals, which are Friday night, you got to go out there and just battle your way through it. And Kokesh was the guy that did that. He got to the semifinals and then ended up having 2 nice wins against Storley from Minnesota and also from Evans. So you can increase. Now a nice single leg attempt there, but he's going to go ahead and go back and get the 2 points right there.
2 points for Kokesh on the edge of the mat.
And I think these are big matches for a guy like, particularly for Kokesh. I think Evans has the confidence level to go ahead and wrestle at anybody at any level. But for a guy like Kokesh, who's, you know, got 3rd in the tournament, but kind of got handled by some of these guys earlier, getting a good takedown. This match probably means more for Kokesh than it does for Evans.
Robert Kokesh, a junior. Mike Evans, a junior. Evans from Pennsylvania, Enola, Pennsylvania, also a member of that Blair Academy prep team that is always very powerful, very traditionally strong. And Kokesh from Wagner, South Dakota, a self-proclaimed farm kid, wants to go back and farm after he graduates with a major in agronomy from Nebraska. 1-point escape for Evans.
And what I like about this match and these 74-pounders opening it up, and, you know, 1 takedown is not going to be enough to beat Mike Evans. And my comments earlier were not, you know, meaning that this is not an important match for Evans. I mean, he's the lower-ranked wrestler. He wants to be able to climb the ladder and really show dominance here, and show that last year's match in the NCAA tournament consolation semifinal. Oh, reshot, but there's a reshot there. These guys are getting after it. I like this.
Getting after it. About 4 shots, 5 shots.
And then the advantage for Evans. Flexibility, you got to get elbow deep here if you're Evans. Whizzer
hanging on to that wrist, keeping Evans from limp arming out.
Yeah, but I think that limp arm is still there. 23 seconds left. Short time, it looks like Evans.
And they're out of bounds, no points.
But those guys were firing at each other. That's 2 guys sitting there point-blank range, emptying their revolvers.
Kokesh, Evans, edition number 5, 3-1. Evans has the advantage, but Kokesh has the last victory at the NCAA's last year in Des Moines. This year they'll be in Oklahoma City.
And that's what Kokesh has become. He's become slicker in that hitting shots to both sides. That you can tell that's the way he drills.
Neither wrestler disappointing the fans here. It's 2-1 at the end of the 1st period. Here we go to the 2nd period. Kokesh will choose down, leading Evans 2-1.
He's had a little struggle here against Evans in the bottom position, so he looked over to his corner, and there was no hesitation. Mark Manning wanted him to take the down position.
And the out for the 1-point escape. Real fast for Kokesh. That's big.
It is, because he has 28 seconds of riding time. He's able to secure that with the takedown. Good 1st period. Good action in the beginning of the 2nd period. Evans likes to work the head and then likes to counter shot back into that right ankle, that lead ankle of Kokesh.
Both of these wrestlers coming up from 165 a couple of years ago, and they just look better at 174. They were all Americans at 174, and it's just happens often where you start out a weight class that perhaps is a little too light for you, and you grow into the heavier weight class as these two have.
Yeah, 19-year-old, 20-year-old bodies not done maturing, and you get in these programs that, oh, nice job there by Kokesh to scramble back to get his head back in position. It looked like Evans was going to quickly go behind, but Kokesh finds himself in the leg again with a limp arm. Not much realism. Oh, I'll tell you what.
2 points, Kokesh.
More guys lose on the edge of the mat if they try to bring their ankles together to kick out, all right? And if you get an opportunity to take a look at that, is that Evans basically brought both ankles together, which made it a real easy grab and follow through for that takedown on the edge. So
big time right here, because if Kokesh could ride a little bit, then he's on top the third period.
Good point. Yeah. Exactly. Now he only has to ride for 15 seconds, Tim.
1 point escape. 5-2 in favor of Robert Kokesh, who's 23-1 this year, 8-0 in duels.
Yep, they're off on the mat. Here's that on the edge, guys. You take a look at this. Watch how, see how he brings his right leg together to be able to kick out and take that real estate and kick out away. He brought both legs together, which made it, you know, he was just like calf roping. You just go ahead and lasso those legs together here and get the 2.
15 seconds left in this second period. It's 5-2.
Beautiful.
2 points. Takedown, Kokesh for Nebraska.
Kokesh, takedown.
His only loss coming against number 1 Andrew Howe from Oklahoma, 3-2 in the finals of the Cliff Keen Las Vegas tournament on December 7th. He hasn't lost since. He's out in front 7-2.
So I think that there's a discussion going on with Evans in the corner here. Tom Brands wants to go down, you know, and there's only 5. I think they're going to go ahead and look at the escape. If I were Tom, I would consider protesting this call because I thought it was an escape by Evans.
Tom Brands talking to the official Michael Chase, listening to his wrestler who wants him to protest it. He's going to protest.
Good point.
And going to look at the video and see if they can see whether Evans got out in an escape before the time ran out. Must be indisputable evidence. It's a challenge right now.
Right there. Yeah. Let's take a look at the replay here. Got to see how Kokesh didn't have to go out like that. See, the hands are not locked. That should be a 1-point escape. All right. There's no control right there. And I don't think he was protesting the takedown. He was protesting the escape.
And so the challenge was.
Yeah, I think that Tom
was defeated. They kept the score 7-2. There's the escape, 7-3.
Well, I don't think Tom Brands is done talking about that because I don't.
I got blood. Who's got blood?
I think you're right, Jim. I think the challenge was on whether the escape happened or not. And
the public address announcer said there was no takedown, but I don't believe that that's what Coach Brands was protesting. So
a little blood timeout right here. Chin on the part of Kokesh. Kokesh, 59 seconds riding time right now. And so unless he takes him down, it's not going to come into effect. But he doesn't have to take him down. He's out in front 7-3. 1:40 left in the third period. Evans getting after it here.
Good work by Evans here. He's not accepting the position he's in, but you know that escape at the end of the period would have made it a 7-4 match, and so he'd still need 3 takedowns and a ride out. So
Mike Evans, the Midlands champion from 2013 at 174 pounds. That's his first Midlands championship there at Evanston on the campus of Northwestern. One of 3 Hawkeyes to win the Midlands championship this year, and they, of course, won the team title. Shot by Evans.
Look, it's just, it seems like those shots, if he just waits a half second more, those shots would be there. There's so much activity that he's a little bit of wasted motion. If he'd wait a half a count, I think that shot would be there. But applaud him for his activity there. I'm talking about Kokesh on the offensive with a 7-3 lead. He made 3 good takedowns attempts, and it certainly slowed down Evans.
46 seconds left in regulation, 7-3, no riding time. Robert Kokesh, Nebraska's All-American at 174, out front of the All-American from Iowa. The last time they met, the NCAAs. Kokesh winning. Evans leads the series 3-1.
Really working the head hard is Robert Kokesh, but he's showing motion to one side, and he comes back and attacks the other.
And I think that's a good point, Jim. I think Kokesh has taken away Evans' best shots. And just not letting him go. He leads with that left, and now he shoots in there.
Just a straight-on shot. And now it's the roll-through attempt. Now you've got a scramble going on. And Evans is pretty solid in here as far as being a good scrambler, but this could be called 2 at home.
No points. No extra points. It's 7-3, and another Nebraska Husker win. Robert Kokesh, the junior, second win over Evans in the last 2 meetings. Your winner, 3 more points. That makes the score the Hawkeyes 13, the Huskers 9.